There are now more streaming services than hot takes about Elon Musk, right? There's everything. There's Netflix, there's Hulu, there's Paramount Plus, there's HBO Max, there's Paramount Plus, and of course, everyone's favorite, Paramount Plus. And so, last month, seeing the gap in the market, CNN launched its own streaming service called CNN Plus. And this was a big deal. In fact, they said it would be the future of news. And if that's the case, the future's looking bleak.
Less than a month after launching, CNN Plus announced today the streaming service is shutting down. It launched March 29th. Warner Brothers Discovery Networks made that decision, though, saying it was about quality and, quote, customers will be best served with a simpler streaming choice. Last week, CNBC reported that the streaming service had less than 10,000 views a day.
About $300 million has been invested so far in CNN Plus. The plan, according to my sources, was to put $1 billion into it over the course of 4 years, hoping to hit profit after 4 years.
Wow, did they say they had less than 10,000 views a day? You could have just been on TikTok. That's wild. CNN Plus was such a disaster, they'll have to send Anderson Cooper to cover it in a tight black t-shirt. This is so insane. The craziest part of the story is that they said they spent $300 million on this thing. $300 million. What did you do with that? Did you, like, clone Wolf Blitzer or something? No, because if you did that, I'd actually watch that show. Yeah, I would. I've got breaking news. No, I've got breaking news. Ah! But you want to know what the worst part about this CNN Plus thing is? It's that I can't make jokes about all the shows on it because nobody knows what they are. Yeah, it's not fair. It's not like you're going to understand a joke about the CNN Plus show Jake Tapper's Book Club because you don't even know if that's a real show. But it is. Or is it? No, I'm kidding. It's fake. It's fake. Ah, you believe me. It's actually real. You see, you don't know. That's my point. You don't know. It is a real show. Oh, it was a real show. All right, but let's move on to a different spectacular disaster. Rudy Giuliani. Former aide to Donald Trump and lawyer who makes all his clients look innocent in comparison. Since his role in the attempt to overthrow the 2020 election, Giuliani has largely disappeared from public view, like a snail retreating into its shell, but way more disgusting. And if there's one thing America loves, it's a big comeback. And last night, Rudy got his.
A little bit of controversy on the Masked Singer last night. Personal lawyer to former President Donald Trump and former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani popped out of a giant rooster suit while singing a rendition of Bad to the Bone.
She could tell right away that I was bad to the bone.
But as he revealed himself, this is what happened. Judge Ken Jeong stormed off the stage, apparently didn't like it, saying, "I'm done."
Yeah, Rudy Giuliani just got voted off The Masked Singer, which means he's about to spend the next 5 years claiming that he actually won The Masked Singer. And I guess history was made last night, because for the first time in The Masked Singer's history, a contestant took off their mask and everyone was like, no, put it back on, put it back on. Put it on. We don't want to guess. Put it back on. It's also weird how Rudy has the time to be on a game show, but he's too busy to testify in front of Congress. Like, maybe they should have just tricked him, right? Congress should have just, like, made it seem like it was The Masked Singer, combined the whole thing, pop him in the giant costume, and then sit him in front of the January 6th committee. Just do it. Yeah, that's the game show America needs. Bernie Sanders would be sitting there like, oh, based on his utter disregard for democracy, I'm going to guess the rooster is Rudy Giuliani. Let's take up the mask and see who we're about to indict. It was him. I told you it was him. I could see the melting through the mask. I could see it. All right, that's it for the headlines. But before we go, let's check in on traffic with our very own Roy Wood Jr., everybody.
What's going on, man?
Good to see you, man. What's happening on traffic?
Look at the road. Look, before traffic, man, let me just say something about the CNN Plus thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't appreciate the fact that they didn't give it a chance. All right, look, I don't know how y'all do in Africa, but like in America, like if you're in a bad relationship, you don't break up. You get married. And then you add a kid, and a house and credit card debt and another kid. You cheat on each other a little while, and then after 20 years, you get a divorce. That's the American way. You got to give stuff a chance just because it looked bad.
I think that's a terrible way. I mean, that's probably why Afghanistan was so long, Roy. You should get out quickly when you realize you made a mistake.
So when something's bad, you're saying you should just end it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay. Wait, what you mean? Like, what about this? You gonna end this?
No, because this is
This is what I'm doing. This job. You gonna end this?
No. This is.
Am I safe? Is my safe? Is
Yeah,
my
well,
job
of course
safe?
you're safe. This is great. What do you mean? This is going well. You just do the traffic
I
and
think
we're good.
you should. Yeah, you think you should give me a little money, because.
No, but you
Look, I'm sorry to jam you up like this, but this is live TV. This is the perfect place. I got you by the balls right now. I just need to.
Roy, just do the.
I'm nervous. No, I'm nervous.
Don't encourage him. Do the traffic.
Just, all right, the road.
If you just do the traffic, that's.
I just don't feel comfortable doing. Look, can you just pay me now for the rest of the year? Just pay me now for the rest of the year.
That's
a
for the rest of the
You got
year.
a credit card on you.
I'm not giving you my credit card.
Let me get your Venmo.
Roy, I'm
Just
not
real
giving.
quick, let me get your credit card.